Welcome to Tales of Nowhere, a tabletop RPG podcast. I'm Spencer and I play Isaac.
My name's Alex and I play Hondo, the Midnight. Nope, I did it again. Let me start over.
Are you sure you want to just rename
Why
your
do
character?
I have to do the Midnight every time? I don't know why. Okay. My name's Alex and I play Hondo. Question mark?
Sure.
Go ahead.
That's it?
Yeah.
My name is Eric, aka Waddy, and I play Thane Diedrich.
And I'm Kelsey, and I play Kieran.
And last but not least, the most important member of our group, the...
What letter?
I don't even know.
Luscious.
Ooh.
Lickable?
The lusciously lickable, likable DGM Joshua. How are you after that introduction?
I don't even know what to think.
Okay.
Hello and congratulations on your download of the Tales of Nowhere podcast. Previously,
We got bubbed out of the fridge.
We discovered a hologram and kept forgetting to call it illusionary magic for the sake of Relatar.
I became the captain of an army because I went in the fridge.
The general.
General, right. Captain.
Painful process, but was it worth it?
Yeah, it was worth it.
He was enjoying it a little bit too much.
He almost formed a cult.
The Hondonians.
I finally got a tie up Bubda.
And then we took the pod back to the rift from whence it came. We went back to Ishmar, where we were heralded as heroes.
I named a tort after myself.
For 4,000 gold points.
Mhm.
Points?
Gold points. And then just as we were about to get back to the cafe, we felt a strange energy. And appearing in front of us from out of the shadows, just like when we arrived in the universe itself, were four dark, hooded, masked figures. We really don't know what's going on. Okay, so are we just in a meadow?
Yeah.
Mexican standoff?
Extremely, like the wind's
Okay.
blowing, and like on one side there's a panoramic shot of you guys standing there, and on the other side there's this panoramic shot of these. Now let me explain them.
Oh no, you've probably been in a situation like this before.
Twice, yeah.
Right, a tumbleweed blows between you.
Your fingers go back and
Twitchy.
forth, just ready to pull the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking more like Jets versus Sharks, but I like this.
We start
It's
snapping
a
at
very different scene.
Yeah, right. There's what appears to be a very tall, impossibly thin character, oddly contorted in a weird kind of flexible way, standing kind of awkwardly, wearing a mask, a silver mask with a frozen like laugh expression
Ooh,
Ew.
creepy.
on it, and on each of its long, gangly arms. Around its hand are what look like kind of Freddy Krueger style claws.
Oh, okay.
Dressed all in black, of course. The next one, there is what looks like would be a shapely female, but her body is just bound around by black leather straps and kind of a long, flowy skirt. She's wearing a silver mask as well that has a frozen expression of anger, and she's got 4 arms, 2 of which are holding very vicious-looking scimitars. The next one is a little child dressed all in black, wearing a mask that has a blank expression. And perched on his shoulder is a very mangy, thin-looking, but also quite threatening-looking black cat, also wearing a mask with no expression on it.
Wow, these guys just
Okay.
came from a
Like
party.
no
Cool.
expression, or there's nothing there.
It's just
It's just like
solid-
yeah, it's just like a
solid
solid
silver.
mask.
Okay.
And then last but not least, there is a sleek, lean-muscled man, or you assume is a man, wearing a mask with the expression of anguish or pain. And around both of his forearms are wrapped these bloody, rusty, really heavy-looking chains that end in razor blade sharp meat hooks. Yeah, that's what's facing you right now.
So they look ready to party.
They look like they are poising to attack.
Oh.
At this point, I'm going to have you all roll
Can we
initiative.
just shake their hand instead?
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey guys, nice to meet you.
If
What
you
are
want to
doing out
see
here?
I'm Isaac.
do
My
you
name's
guys
Isaac.
want to try and talk?
Approach them and shake their hand.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up?
So we have laughter, anger, blank, and anguish.
I mean, I know we're rolling, but I'm pretty sure Hondo pulls his gun out.
So yeah, you guys can draw whatever weapons you want before we start rounds, but I do need you to roll for initiative.
10.
17. We all know I'm really good at starting things off, so
You are this time.
I
Thanks.
guess.
15. Sounds like I'm second best at starting things off.
Oh, 8.
Do we see where they came from, or they're just
They
show
just-
up?
From the ground.
So they kind of like appeared out of the ground, hologram style. It's how you imagine you probably look when you arrive. We'll see how this goes. This could go bad, guys. All right.
What do you mean this could go bad?
I'm just saying there's a possibility this could go bad.
That's the truth for every situation.
I know, right?
Okay.
What
You
fun
really
is this
do wanna
without
kill
risk?
us.
Why don't you say this could go awesomely then?
With the possibility of this going horribly, there is an equal opportunity that this will be the most amazing thing that has ever happened. It all depends on whether you guys suck like you did in that fight with the Duergar, and then again in that fight with the Rocktopus.
You could say that without laughing. That would be better.
We
I
did
apologize.
win both fights.
You guys did. So first off, the gangly, tall, thin one with the laughing mask immediately runs straight at Bubda.
They're all so friggin' creepy. I can't handle this.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm seeing in my brain like a circus, but like dark circus people.
This is a really weird.
No offense to circus people.
And takes a swipe. Bubda manages to do this bend over backward dodge thing.
The Matrix style dodge.
But he's like a plump little thing.
It was more reactionary than anything. It
Okay.
it didn't look skillful
Okay.
at all.
It was Bubda just falling down.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Bubba just seems like a plump little thing, right?
It's either Pain or Panic from Hercules, right?
Oh,
Like it's one of
okay.
those two for
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
I picture
Which one?
I picture the skinny one, but that's just me personally.
I picture the big one.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay.
It's open to interpretation.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
The Bubda in your heart is the true Bubda.
Yeah, exactly.
Aw.
And it did actually slash Bubda across his little green chest on the second swipe.
Can we call him tall creepy?
Yeah, we need names for these
Yeah.
guys.
Yep.
Well, what are you going to call him?
Creepy tall, creepy small.
You have creepy sexy and creepy scary.
I like it.
Can we use a bonus action to do rock, paper, scissors to see who gets who?
Huddle. Let's
Wait a minute.
Let's do a huddle.
Hondo, it's your turn. Creepy Tall ran straight at Bubda, slashed, and Bubda managed to dodge one, but then he slashed again and caught Bubda across the chest.
Okay, and the other ones are just standing back.
So far.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot my gun.
It's been a while since you've done
It
this.
has been a while.
At who?
Oh, right. At the one that's attacking us, our
Okay.
party.
Creepy tall.
Creepy tall. Can we flare our misses too?
Yes.
Like-
if
Yes.
you want to,
Okay,
please
yeah, for
do.
sure.
Okay, so I shoot at him, but I'm so scared I shoot at the ground. But I'm not scared because I'm the Midnight, but I am scared. Because I've never seen anything this creepy before. In my brain, there's like ghastliness coming off of them. It's just icky to me. So I'm going to shoot at him again, and this time I scream, "Everybody get back!" Damn it!
What did you get?
A 9.
No.
And I miss again.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to flare this one because I'm so
There's
sad.
bullets flying everywhere.
And I'm shooting. Maybe he's just quick.
I mean, he is contorting his body in weird ways you don't expect.
Yeah.
So, all right, good job.
You don't have to do that. Yeah, it was, it was
Dane's
awful.
turn, though.
Okay.
Do something good.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I guess if you
Well, he
want
was
me
gonna
to.
do something crappy. but-
Yeah.
That's what I did.
I'm gonna run up to this, what I imagine to be the creature from Pan's Labyrinth.
Creepy Tall that was attacking Bubda?
Creepy tall, yeah.
Okay.
To Bubda's rescue,
All right.
and I'll run up and stab him with my blades.
You know what you gotta do first.
I gotta flip him off, and I do, and it feels real good. 9 plus 6,
Dang, you got some nice pluses.
The 15?
15.
That is actually a hit.
Yes. Good to know. Is it actually? That means it's like closer. 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 damage.
Nice.
We'll attack again. That's a 2. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss, but you did catch him.
got him
the other
late.
clawed
It's
thing.
true.
That would mean Isaac's next.
Who the hell are you guys? Says Isaac.
Yeah, Thane and Hondo just reaction.
We just-
shooting,
we just
and
fight.
attacking him.
They don't reply back. They don't seem like they
What?
are going to speak back to you.
Okay, well,
How
one just hit
rude.
Bubda, so I'm gonna hit CT
For the listeners out there, that would be creepy tall.
with a whopping
Thank you.
12.
That is a miss.
Add some stuff to it. Do it.
I
is this
did.
your laser pistol?
Yeah.
Like, phew, and it like.
Bone melter? No.
Try to hide.
Is bone
you,
melter
you can
the
hide.
name of your
I can't.
pistol?
I use my bonus action to talk.
Oh, that's right. You did.
If you were trying to persuade them by talking or
Nope.
something like
We're
that,
just talking.
then I would make it be an action. But I guess if you're just saying words and they seem like they go by really fast, I could say you would multitask. Okay, a lot of people, I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I was planning on saying it later. A lot of people think a DM's job is to make sure everyone's following the rules, and that's not what it is. My job is to make sure you're challenged and that you're having a good time and that the story is progressing and moving along. So
Okay.
whatever I need to do to make that happen, including like breaking up the rules, is completely allowed. And
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, so
I like that
Sweet.
approach better.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, in that case, I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide. 14 on a stealth roll.
let me roll and
I
see
know.
if they notice you.
This is not good, dice.
That is not
rolls.
good. Oh my gosh.
You
Okay.
did bad.
So I rolled a collective number for all of them, and I rolled a 1. So all of them critically failed
Oh,
man.
on
Didn't see
seeing you hide. So you are hidden. Their attention seems to be other places.
Where did you go?
You don't know. You can't see.
Damn it!
Probably
Where'd it go? Where
probably
does it go, guys?
Probably hiding in the tall
Says
grass.
the tall grass.
Where is it?
That's it.
Crouch
That's his
down a little
surprise
bit.
voice.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably
And
in the tall
then,
grass of the meadow. I just kind of duck down like the raptors and
Oh.
Kieran, it's actually your
Yeah,
turn
what
next.
doesn't surprise him is
Oh,
these creatures,
okay.
but Isaac disappearing. Oh, whoa!
So, everybody's attacking Scary Tall right now,
Sure.
right?
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna go for what was
The
his
woman?
Creepy
or-
Scary.
Creepy scary?
I'm
Is
gonna
that-
go for Meat Hook.
Maybe we can call him Meat Hook.
Okay, so one's got a
Maybe we should
laughing
call him
mask.
That sounds
Yeah.
good. Meat
One's
Hook's
got an
good.
angry mask, one's got a blank mask, and one's got a
The
pain
nicknames are a work
mask.
in progress, but
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Meat Hook.
So I'm gonna rush forward with my Sword of Justice. Okay, so I got a 19 plus my 8, so I'm gonna just say I hit it.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely.
Sweet.
So you just run right up to him.
With the Sword of Justice. Yes, that one.
Sweet.
Um,
I want pink glitter everywhere.
so 12 points of damages against Meat Hook.
You don't feel the resistance you normally do when you're cutting into bodies. It's almost like
Is there any kind
there's
of
something weird about
resistance,
him.
or is it like
There is, but it almost feels like a big portion of it is the clothing that he's wearing as opposed to what's underneath
interesting?
Wait,
okay.
it's like ghostly or it's
I mean, there's definitely something there. It doesn't feel like a human body or any kind of body that you've ever attacked before.
I think we found our supervillains. Oh, I forgot I gotta do it twice.
yes?
All right, 16 plus 8.
Absolutely, that's a hit.
Another 12 damage. So she like turns, then brings the blade back in the other direction, swinging at him again.
Nice.
Kieran
All right.
has done an amazing job.
Right?
So much better than all of us combined.
She's used to dealing with supervillains. Okay, everybody roll
Damn it.
a perception check.
Okay. I hate those dice.
Is it a 9 or an 8?
It's a 4. Perception passive, so 16.
Well, my passive's 15.
All passives.
15.
All passive.
All
I
of
got
you
a
got your
1.
passive because you rolled horribly.
Yeah.
The little boy with the cat on his shoulder
Ooh, creepy
suddenly just kind of melds into the shadows and disappears.
Hey, that's my thing.
small. Oh, cool. So he's gone. That's
Yeah,
exciting.
there's only 3 of
Yay!
them.
We did
do
it, guys.
this, guys.
That was easy.
You have no idea where he went. The woman with the angry mask,
Creepy sexy.
yeah, she runs straight at Bubda as well.
Mhm.
Oh.
What the hell?
I think I got it.
I get it
Yeah.
too, kind of, but not really, but I get it. Oh, we all get it, right?
We're on the same page.
Everybody at once.
He's the objective,
Yeah.
so they're probably trying to kill him. We can't take him back with us.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
She cuts Bubda right
No.
across the chest again.
Hey, how many hit points is Bub?
Bubda is looking terribly
Really?
like beat up right now.
Really?
He looks.
Did he get hit the
He only
first
got
time?
hit once. Well, twice, I guess, yeah.
He's not
thought
as
he
not as high
dodged
a
the first
character
time.
as
Okay.
you guys are
Okay, hang on,
level
hang on,
wise.
hang on. We can do this.
Put
Crap.
Bubda in your bag of holding.
I have a great idea for him, too.
We don't have one.
Damn it.
Nobody has a bag of holding.
Quick, go get a bag of holding.
You don't know what that is.
Damn it. Quick, learn.
Spence, are you saying that you get it as Spencer getting it? So does that mean Isaac gets it?
If the players got it, then your characters probably got it.
Because I get it. Well, by getting it, I mean I just think we need to protect him.
The one that you just attacked, sorry, you being Karen, the one that Karen just attacked,
You guys.
the one with the pained mask and the meat hooks, does this sidestep around Karen to head for Bubda. So you get what's called an attack of opportunity.
Oh,
If he had disengaged and then moved, he would be fine. But he's trying to go straight at Bubda,
Wow.
even though she's in his threat range. So
This
she gets
is
to make
meat
an
hook?
Meat hook, yeah.
Yep. This is
I got
meat hook.
24 again
Okay, that's a hit.
Damn!
for another 12 points of damage. We're
Okay.
just getting the same rolls.
Wow,
over
you're
and
just
over.
whittling him
Well,
away.
they work, so yeah.
That's fine.
He still gets to keep moving, and so he goes straight at Bubda. He like casts out the chains wrapped around his forearms with the meat hooks on the end,
Uh-oh.
and lashes out at Bubda. The first one misses,
Good.
but they almost seem like they're moving independent of the normal like inertial force. Like maybe he's causing them to move somehow. And the second one missed as well.
Yes.
Right now, Bubda's scrambling like a very panicked child.
Like, is he trying to
Like,
hide behind us?
he's trying to just get wherever he can.
Thane almost feels bad.
Oh,
He's getting close.
it's actually Bubda's turn. So he is going to spend his action disengaging from the two that are by him, which are the woman with the anger mask and the laughing mask creepy guy. So he runs as far as he can, which is 30 feet, or for those who know D&D, 6 squares. Oh, but he's running, so he can actually go an additional 2 squares. If you spend your action disengaging and then running, they don't get attacks of opportunity. But that's not what happened with Karen and her opponent. And we're back to the laughing guy.
Over here, Hondo.
No.
Oh.
The guy with
Hondo the laughing
Hondo
guy.
the laughing guy.
You two are in
Which
melee
two?
combat. Hondo and Thane are in melee combat with Laughing Mask, right?
Mhm.
The laughing man.
The Laughing Man.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
He is going to not disengage. He's going to try and chase after Bubda.
Gotcha.
So both of you get
They're
to
gonna
get
get
attacks
ya.
of opportunity on him.
Do we get 2 attacks?
No. When it's
No.
an attack of opportunity, you just get one basic attack. So
Oh.
whatever weapon you have out, use it on him.
That's the +2, right? That's the 19.
That's a hit. You guys feel like maybe Bubda won't be able to sustain maybe even one more attack.
Well,
He's
that's a
really
bummer.
badly hurt.
Good thing I picked up all those health potions, huh, guys?
Okay, so I got 5 + 3.
For the listeners out there,
That's
That's
8.
Thane, did you take an attack of opportunity?
I sure did. It's a 9.
Okay, that
So what-
missed.
Oh shoot! I shot him in the hand.
Excellent.
Whoa, that's good flavor.
In the clawed, the beclawed hand.
That was the best flavor I've ever done.
And I actually stab in the exact same spot, but there's already a hole there, so it doesn't.
So no
goes right
damage
through,
was done.
yeah, just it's a miss.
He does not quite make it to Bubda.
Take that. Wait, which one was it?
That was Laughing Man.
I was laughing,
Laughing
man.
Man.
Ugh.
Hondo, it's your turn.
Okay, Hondo is going to cast. I could just speak with animals, right?
There you go.
Come to me,
Hondo-
my animal friends.
Hondo turns to a squirrel.
Rise up
Okay.
and protect us.
I am going to do that though. I'm just gonna. Sorry guys, I'm gonna ditch you, and I guess I'm gonna go with Bubda. Try and catch up with Bubda
Okay.
to protect. I probably should talk into the microphone. Yeah, I am gonna long strider.
Okay, so you cast Long Strider as your action.
Yep.
You move up
Mhm.
to him.
Okay,
You provoke an attack of opportunity from the Laughing Mask.
perfect.
He missed you.
Oh, good.
See, if you stop right in front of Bubda, the guy would have to try and get past you to get to Bubda,
Okay,
and then you might get an attack of opportunity on him.
on him.
Yes, if
So-
he tries to get past you to get to Bubda.
I'm going to take a note out of our DMs book over here, and I'm gonna do that thing.
Okay.
Thank you for helping me.
All right, technically as a DM, I'm not supposed to feed you
I
strategies.
know. That's why I'm like.
But can you
What
cut that out?
Yeah, we'll cut that
What I'm
right
gonna
into
do
Alex
is-
saying, "I'll take a page out of the DM book," and
And I'll do that thing he told me to.
So I stand in front of Bubda. Just something that came to me really quick. I don't know. Maybe it might work. I don't know.
Well, you know what? We're gonna move right past this.
Friends.
It's Thane's turn now.
Thane's turn. Okay. Would you consider these to be Fae or fiends? They
Or-
seem fiend-like.
Wraiths?
they're
that
very
is a
fiendish.
I will go ahead and say that they are okay. No, you know, for the sake of argument, I'll say that if they don't officially classify as a fiend, I'm going to say that they are very fiendish. So we'll go ahead.
Kind
and
of
go
like
with
how we changed, like Isaac changed races when he came into this world. They
Sure.
changed into fiends.
That's true. They did. I mean, they're part of this timeline now.
right.
so-
I'm going to use one of my paladin abilities
Okay.
called Turn the Faithless. And I'm going to use my channel divinity skill to utter ancient words that are painful for fiends to hear.
Can you say those words now?
Oh,
Yeah.
Right?
Are we just pretending
I
that
don't
that was
know.
Just use that?
Eric? And
Why don't they're
I was gonna
ancient? Oh, you're just gonna do
go ahead.
Those were much better.
No, they weren't.
No, they were great.
There was a click
What
in
were
there.
yours
for some
going to
reason.
be?
Mine were gonna just be like, go away.
Oh, I like that better. Yeah.
The ancient tome of Go Away.
Go away.
Instead of, hey, go away.
Is that what you say to them?
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Banish or
Hey.
desist.
Scat.
Scat.
Gone now.
Skedaddle.
Get a
Get
rolled
outta
up
here.
newspaper.
Get on out of here.
and-
Come out here.
Yeah. I'm gonna shake a broom at him.
Right?
So any fiend within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw, including fiends that might be invisible, I would say.
If they're within
Wait,
30
you would
feet of
say,
you.
or the book says?
I would say. Any fiend within 30 feet of you that can hear you must make a wisdom saving throw.
I would say that even if they're invisible, they can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
But- But is happy face not within that 30?
Laughing Man.
Laughing man.
Oh,
Laughing
he's-
Man
happy
is
face, what the
exactly
hell?
Laughing Man is exactly 30
30
away
feet, that's
from
right.
from him.
So that should hit all of them, right? As far as I know, I can't tell
as
the
far as
invisible
you
one.
know.
But it'll hit the other 3.
Yeah.
How long does
Wait,
that
so
last?
what is that?
So what I do is
Really
I roll
high.
and I add their wisdom. I do a wisdom save for them, and they have to beat your spell difficulty.
My save DC?
Yes.
So 14.
Okay. So first, I'm gonna have Laughing Man. He critically failed.
Ah, that's cool.
I think
That
we
makes
should
me
so
so
for all of
happy.
them just the one time. So
So that counts for all of them.
Oh,
What does it do?
I don't know. What does it
spell
do?
Wait, is
Yeah.
he turned?
Yeah. So it's turn the faithless. On a failed save, the creature is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. A turned creature must spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can, and
Cool.
it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you.
So he ran wherever away from him was, which I think
And
is
I'm-
closer to Bubda
Is he
and
moving
And I'm
Hondo.
gonna
towards us?
run-
Yeah.
Does that mean that Hondo gets an attack of opportunity?
It would mean that Hondo and Bubda both would get an attack of opportunity.
Do I do that now?
Yeah,
Well,
let's go ahead and do that now.
Should we, though? I mean, as soon as he takes damage, he won't be turned.
This is
Correct.
where we are meta a little bit.
Hondo and Bubda don't know
Hondo
that.
and Bubda don't know that attacking him will unturn
That's
him.
true. That
Okay,
is
but
true.
honestly, if he was coming at me, I would attack him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Yeah. So go ahead and attack. Okay. Bubda actually punches him too.
I got an 18 on my attack,
Great. That's a hit.
and then I got a 5 plus, so I got an 8 for the actual attack.
8 damage. Okay.
Okay. How'd Bubba do?
Bubda punched him.
So how does that work? He's running away, but
But the
sees
hit,
him go by and he's like,
the hit kind of shakes him, and so it kind of shakes some sense into him about, wait, why am I running?
He's not turned from the faith
so how
anymore.
far away is he from Bubda?
He's right next to them now.
Yeah, he's hanging out with us.
And stopped.
Yeah, and he stopped.
Okay.
What did you attack him with?
My gun, I assume.
You shoot him right in his masked face,
Ooh.
and the
Ooh.
mask cracks, falls off, and for the first time you hear a sound out of him, kind of like a pained scream as he deteriorates from existence.
Yes!
Wait,
Oh.
what?
Yeah, totally like he erases. For the brief moment you can see the mask on the ground, you can kind of see some technical wires and
Oh.
things as it also disappears.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Can I
these are
say
so
something
cool.
right now?
No, this isn't technically your turn.
Okay.
Shut
up,
Hondo. Shut the hell up.
I'm rolling for those other guys to see if they resisted your fear thing. All the rest of them saved.
What?
Oh, lame.
Laughing Man with the claws is gone.
I run over to Bubda. I spend my
Your
movement action.
movement. Okay, so you're not quite up
So,
to them.
okay,
you're
as
about
close
5
as I
feet
can
away.
get.
Yeah, you're as close as you can get.
So is Kieran just kind of by herself right now? How far away is the next closest?
Yeah,
person?
so they went 30. Well, I guess it wasn't exactly 30. So they went 20 away from you, and then so you can still get to the anger mask woman and the pain mask meat hook guy, but the laughing guy ran, and then nobody knows where the little boy is.
That's right.
Baby.
Good job, Thane.
Yeah, you did something great. That was
It
awesome.
was kind of like me killing him.
Absolutely, you created the
or
opportunity.
it was just
for that.
good teamwork.
yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Teamwork.
Hey, that dream works.
Yeah,
Man.
me and Hondo exchange a distance high five.
Nice.
Because we're 5 feet away.
Hondo's not
Hondo
sure what's
doesn't
happening,
know what
so
it
he
is, yeah.
reaches out his hand for a handshake. He just waves at him.
I don't know that fire. All right, Isaac.
Did I see what happened?
I assume if you were watching, I guess
I would have been.
Okay, then yes.
Um,
Well, you probably didn't see all the mechatronics in the mask.
no, but I saw it fall off and disappear.
When the mask fell off, he disappeared, and
Okay.
then the mask disappeared.
I think that's not a horrible logical leap to try to
Mhm.
make by myself. I want to try to scope out the closest person and try to get a lead on their mask.
While still hiding.
Is that not how it
I think
works?
you have to roll a sneak if you want to stay hidden and move.
Ah, screw that. I'm just gonna blast him
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you trying to blast?
in the head. Which one's closer? Meat Hook has damage on him already, right?
Mhm.
Yes, Meat
Meat
Hook
Hook,
has
then.
been rocked by Kieran.
Will a 21 hit?
A 21 does hit.
'Kay.
Are you specifically aiming for the mask now?
Yeah,
This is a moment when I will let you call the shots.
but yes, I am aiming for
You're
the head,
specifically
the
trying to
mask.
break his mask.
Yes.
Okay.
6 damage.
6 damage?
1 fire, if that matters. Oh, I'm hiding, actually. And I hit, so 3d6 extra. Hang on. 10 extra damage. 16 total.
You break his mask. You hear a sound of scream. There's no discernible mouth underneath the mask, but you hear what sounds like a scream of anguish and pain as he's erased from existence, and then the mask also goes.
That's like a meow. I just had a big
Yes, that
meow.
was a meow.
We'll use that one for baby.
It's actually Kieran's turn.
Two of
so
them are down. One of
Okay.
them is only one more is visible.
And they seem
Oh, boy.
like pretty easy to take down. I don't know.
Well, now that we know the secret,
Should have been their mask.
they almost killed Bubda. They could still, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could.
So I'm going to use a spell that I have not used before.
Yes.
Kieran moves like she's about to run forward, but instead she completely disappears. and reappears directly in front of Creepy Sexy.
Nice.
With Misty Step.
Why? Nice.
Ooh.
Misty Step.
And she's going to immediately swing.
Should
and...
that be pink mist, though?
Okay.
Just
Silvery and pink. There's
Yeah.
there's some glitter mixed in because screw her life.
Right.
She tries so hard to get rid of it.
Even if I didn't catch what Hondo did, I did see what Isaac did.
Okay.
And it's a very, like, comic trope
Yeah.
where it's like destroy the center of their power and
Yeah,
they'll disappear.
That's
so Kieran will be swinging at that, at her mask, with 17 plus 8.
That's a hit.
So I do, hold on.
Math time.
Math time. We're real bad at it.
Not
So
to be
14
confused with
damage
math
to the
time.
mask.
But often is.
Ooh. You crack the mask, but it hasn't fallen off.
So with her second roll,
And now she looks really pissed at you. Like,
I rolled.
aside from the expression already met into the mask, you can just feel the danger.
Well,
Can
if
I
she
she is
describe
dies-
very
this?
upset at you. Yes, please
Okay,
do.
because I got a 19 plus
Okay,
my 8,
this is
so I'm gonna
happening,
hit
yeah.
it. So I crack it, and the force of my first blow kind of knocks her just backwards a little bit, like her upper body. So I reach out, I grab the clothing
Ooh.
and pull her back as I stab the blade through the
Oh.
mask.
Oh,
The
man.
sword of justice cut through her
Um,
darkness.
Cut through her
And I do
face.
11 damage with that.
Okay, the mask just breaks into 4 pieces, and she screams this just hideous, like, shrill scream that almost frightens you to hear, and then it echoes off as she is erased from the timeline.
Kieran
along-
doesn't look affected by this at all. Like,
Yeah.
it's a stoic face.
She's not even
And
phased.
she
no.
and like holds
should
on to it
probably
until
concern
she
the rest
of us.
disappears, and then just like lets like it go as like the wisp of it disappears to the
Yeah.
ground.
Suddenly.
Oh,
From
yeah.
So
Guys, we did it. That's all of them. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit.
So we have Hondo standing in front of Bubda in
No.
defensive position, and then behind Bubda, while you're both looking at the scariness that Karen just pulled off,
Mhm.
out of the shadows steps the little boy.
Baby.
Damn it.
And he lifts up a hand that glows in a black, frightening kind of energy,
Miss.
and he unleashes shadowy darts out of his hands that shoot right at Bubda.
Shadowy darts, otherwise known as sharks.
Where am I? I went too far. Just a second. Sorry.
Oh,
You
we
did
went
go
too
too
far.
He'll be fine. Oh no. Wait, maybe
Probably.
not. The shadowy darts just shoot straight through Bubda's back and burst out of his chest.
No.
And he screams in pain as he falls to the ground. Not dead, of course,
Sure.
because that's not the way AD&D works.
Right.
But he
What is-
falls unconscious. Baby stands just staring at him with a blank expression, not showing joy from this experience or anger or anything. And then he looks up at Hondo for his second attack.
All right, let's dance.
What's your AC?
It's 13.
Can I lie? Is
Yeah.
that-
It's 13.
You are struck with these shadowy darts that killed Bubda. You take 9 piercing damage, and you take 4 psychic damage as whatever he did just hurt your brain as well. So total of 13 damage.
Ow! Is what he says.
There you go.
There you go. Everyone roll a perception check.
Ah, 16.
15.
Thanks, Kelsey. I rolled a 1.
We're all
Okay.
15.
We're all 15.
I'm 16, but sure.
No big deal.
We're all 15.
He disappears once more into the shadows. Huh, rogues?
I don't
You see how much it
understand.
sucks when your query keeps disappearing?
Yeah, but when I do it, it's cool. When you do it, it's mean.
I see. Double
It
standards.
does sucks.
It is Bubda's turn. He's going to make what's called a death saving throw. If I fail 3 death saving throws, he dies.
Yes, and he
Dead,
has to
dead.
do over 10. Yes.
Over 10.
So I need to pass 3 saving throws before I fail 3 saving throws.
Oh, so we got plenty of time, is what you're saying.
Not if he fails 3 in a row, which he just failed one.
Uh
He still has at least 12 seconds of life left.
Plenty of
Wow.
time.
So it's Hondo's turn.
So I turn around, and he's not there, and I'm in pain. I just yell out to everyone, "Does anyone see him?" So what I can do is I can just post. What did you say?
You can delay your action until a certain thing happens, and if that thing is
Oh, that's
the
right.
boy
That-
appears
well,
again.
Yeah, it's prepare an action.
Prepare
you can
an
either
action.
delay your turn or prepare an action. You have to set like what the trigger is going to be and what you're going to do when that trigger's met. The trigger would be if he becomes visible in this round.
If he appears,
Then
then I shoot at him.
Yeah.
okay. So
you
you're preparing to shoot.
You like reload your gun and get ready. And...
I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thane.
Oh man, I've got the serious moral dilemma of I'm a healer, so I should probably heal him, but I also want to find this guy.
Thane
Can
has
you find
literally
him?
never healed anybody in this entire
I
campaign.
know Thane is going to use his divine sense to try and find this guy. So the presence of strong evil registers in your senses like a noxious odor. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover.
That would work. Is there something you have to roll, or do they have to roll, or how does this work?
Nope.
You just
You
automatically
just do
know?
it?
I just do it
Oh, that's great.
as an action, yeah.
Oh, so you would not be able to attack. You would know where it is. As a paladin of Kellenvor, I think is what we have established.
That's right.
The god of death.
Death.
You
According to the pen on my arm, yeah.
it feels right according to what I wrote. So you close your eyes, you put your trust in Kellenvor's power. This odd sense of just confidence fills you, and you don't know how, but in your mind you know exactly where it's standing. Baby, boy, what are we calling him?
Baby.
We should vote. I like baby.
I like
Yeah.
baby too.
Baby?
Okay,
So
baby.
we're fighting and killing a baby.
No, baby. We're fighting and killing baby.
Baby.
His name is Baby.
Yes.
Like Baby Driver.
Yes, like Baby Driver, yes.
Oh my god, that movie
Or
is so
baby.
good.
It's so
Or
awesome.
baby in corn.
I like Baby Driver.
No, or Dirty Dancing. One of the two, guys.
No, well, Dirty Dancing is fine, but I just don't like to kill a girl who's
That's true.
dancing.
That's
Like-
sexist.
Anyway, I say, "There you are, you little shit," and I point right at him.
That's my
Okay.
favorite line that you've ever said.
Isaac, it's your turn.
He's pointing.
I'm pointing.
So what you're going to need to do is try to shoot where you think he's pointing.
Yes. I'm going to do that.
But he can't get further than 30 feet.
Right.
So it's not that.
It's not a
far.
horribly hard shot. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever I have to roll,
Okay.
I'm going to roll it.
So I'm going to give you an attack with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Didn't matter. 15 was my lowest, plus 6, so 21.
So you put all of your faith in your. I guess we're
Well,
calling you friends now.
Let's not say faith, but the trust.
Trust.
I like the idea of Isaac just closing his eyes, like it's probably there.
That seems more like faith to me.
Oh, okay.
No, it's faith in what he said.
You aim your gun and you hope that you are doing the right. You're hitting in the right spot.
I hope I'm
and
hitting in the
you
right spot.
Pull the trigger.
And I say, no, just a little higher. Just a little higher.
Okay.
That's a Star
You can
Wars
kind of
joke.
tell that the bullet went the ray from the
laser?
gun, the laser bolt hit its target. You don't hear any sound, like voice wise. It doesn't
But
make
you
a
see like
noise.
the electricity for a second.
You see like a
cover
and
the
he-
outline of
and yeah,
yeah.
and
That's
something
cool.
falls
Yeah,
down.
that
You
is
can kind of see. Well, not. I'm not gonna say falls down because it didn't get knocked prone.
Do
But
I
you
roll
can-
damage?
There was
or-
some like movement. Yes, you can roll damage.
7.
All right.
Gotcha.
I would count this as visible enough that Hondo, you're prepared.
soon
to
as-
attack.
He's visible now?
As soon
He's
as
not
the,
visible, but you know where he is.
As soon as the outline of my laser blast illuminated his body for a millisecond.
I knew where his brain or his
Oh,
body-
does he
his
want to
mass
take his
was.
action then? Because he became visible.
Okay. I got a 9. Plus 2, so it's good, right?
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, I
11.
didn't think so.
You still get 2 attacks, don't you? Like you
Oh,
delayed
you're
your.
right. I get another attack. Thank you. Okay, 19.
Okay, that's a hit.
I hit him with my my shooting device, so I got him 5.
Kieran, it's your turn.
Kieran's kind of scary right now. Yeah, she's gonna help Bubda, but it's not gonna be nice. When she gets down to his side, she like jabs the sword into the ground, and it kind of like,
Okay.
And then she grabs the front of Bubda and gives him a big ol' smooch right on the head. She's really rough with this body,
Okay.
but she is going to help him.
There's nothing intimate or
There's
affectionate
nothing
about
intimate, nice about it at all. She's just like all business, like
Right.
and kind of just
It's like
kind
a
of.
doctor. He just does his job and then moves
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
He does the
Get it
kissing
over
job.
Does
with.
the
and then-
kissing job. Yeah.
So if you heal anything when somebody's unconscious, does that stabilize them?
That stabilizes them.
Yeah.
It's the better alternative to using
So it doesn't
stabilization
give
spell.
them any HP then?
No, they get HP.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they get.
They get both. It's like
Yeah, they're.
it's good.
He'd be completely conscious. He'd still be on the ground, but
So I'm gonna cast this at a higher slot, a spell slot 3,
okay.
and so I'll get to do 3d8 on it.
Mm.
I also forgot this last time, but I have healing hands. It doesn't do a lot for me. It just adds an extra 1
Oh, okay.
on it because my charisma's crap.
Oh. All right.
But it's a nice little bonus.
Okay. 5,
8,
8.
3. Okay.
Plus 3 is 19. Okay, so
So-
Bubda's eyes
You
open
guys mathing.
and he looks up at a blurry image of his pretty lady, and then his eyes kind of focus.
She lets go of him.
Oh, does she? Bub just still kind of feels the your lips on his lips.
It wasn't on his lips. I didn't kiss him on the mouth.
Okay.
She kissed him like on the forehead.
Oh, okay.
And then kind of
All right,
let him
then.
go, and then grabbed her sword and is just kind of like crouched at the ready to like attack something if it comes at her. But like
Okay.
that's the end of her turn.
Baby, I guess we're calling him.
Yeah.
He materializes right next to you.
Do I get a hit
To
him then?
Kieran. No, because he didn't. He entered your threat range and then became visible as he's attacking.
anymore.
But when he appears, he puts out a hand, but it's not glowing black this time like it was last time. Instead, the cat on his shoulder kind of uses his arm as a way of
Platform?
getting. So it runs across his arm and then lunges at you. What's your AC?
18.
It attacks you. You take 6 slashing damage from it, and it counts as a
Scratching
magical weapon.
Scratching.
And the cat's just going to go, oh, and again, digs its monstrous claws into you twice for an additional 6. So that's 12 total. It's Bubda's turn now. The
He's
boy
alive.
did not disappear this time.
He's the faceless
He's
one.
maybe shaking a little bit with how angry he is. He's being a little bit more haphazard because doesn't care.
A little
Okay.
more rough. I
Bubda
guess,
is not going to do anything right now.
Bub does
will
in the
wake
safety of Pretty Lady.
Yeah,
at
that's
the
right.
moment.
He's hiding. He's cowering behind Pretty Lady, which makes it back up to Hondo's turn.
Yes. So I turn around and just pull out my sword at the same time, and I go to cut him with the sword.
All right.
None of that cutting happened, but I try again. So
Well, that's right.
I got 11.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a miss.
Second one was a 21.
21
so
is a
19
hit.
plus 21. I am aiming for the mask. I got a 4 plus 4 piercing.
Your sword connects with the mask,
Okay.
and the mask cracks, but it does not break.
Damn it.
His head snaps dangerously to look at you. The eye holes of the mask seem to be
Like
gazing
looking
right
right at me
at
now?
you now.
He's like cowering over Bubda and Kieran as well. I
Yeah.
love seeing this frozen in time. Like
Right?
my sword is in his mask, and you're like on the ground with the kitty cat, and it's awesome.
All right.
I love this.
Thane.
Let's finish this thing off. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt. We're gonna hit this kid right in the face.
I love Witch Bolt.
Witch bolt?
What does
Yeah.
Witch Bolt do?
Witch Bolt?
The second one. That's from the left.
Yeah. I throw out my hand, and out of it comes a beam of crackling green energy.
Super
And it
cool.
lances right towards this kid and hits him in the face, assuming I hit him. I have advantage, right? For some reason?
Oh, out of nowhere, you get advantage.
No.
So that's a 9.
So you threw out your hand, and this crackling energy, green energy, comes out like a lightning bolt. But like a lightning bolt, it's jagged and zigzags which way, and it went
And
right
you're not
around.
used to hitting little kids.
Yeah,
It
it's
went
Nice.
right
I
around
falter
the
at the
little
last
kid
minute.
and like blew up this section of ground behind him.
Cool.
right before it hits him.
Mm-hmm.
I just like a little flash of Dax flashes in my mind, and I
Aw.
flinch to the side.
Isaac.
Okay, I use my cunning action right up front to wait. Hondo's in stealth range, right?
In melee. Yes, he is currently engaged in melee combat, so you get your sneak attack damage.
So I hold my laser pistol up and say, "Hey, baby, time for your nap."
Oh,
And then I
Roll a 4.
and then I rolled very well, actually.
Dang
Good.
That is a 22.
that's a hit.
Oh yeah, 16 damage. So
That'll do. It's better than my 8.
His mask breaks off, and he and the cat both disappear.
He's a 2 for 1.
Like that
It
one.
was just a boy and his pet. No big deal, guys.
I immediately hit the button and say, "Copernicus, get us back to the cafe." And I add little HTML tags to the text so it sounds sharp.
Oh, like nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Emphasized.
emphasize.
And the message you get back is beholding your horses. In the meadow, in the ground where you guys are, a kind of a faint blue circle of light appears on the ground. It's slightly giving off some kind of a vaporous look, and it's kind of moving around a little bit, like it's searching. It kind of gets closer to you guys, and then it stops moving. And the message comes over the bracelet saying, "Get in the pod, or get in the chamber.
Get in the
I don't know.
zone?
Get in the zone.
The auto zone.
Yeah, get in the infinity ring, infinity circle. What are we saying?
The
Infinity
ring,
zone.
circle, spotlight. I run up to the light and step inside of it.
You just read that, right? Or does it speak
Oh
to
yeah,
us?
sorry. Sometimes I forget that people can't
We're not
Read
all
what
reading
I
over
read.
your shoulder.
get in. This, and I gesture to the light around us. We're going back.
Okay. Hondo runs over.
Last chance. Anything else you want to do here?
Hondo helps pick up Bubda
Bubda, love you guys. All right, you guys drag him into the circle.
Yep, Kieran comes.
Yeah,
Okay.
things running into. Beat me up, Scotty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, his name's Copernicus Strat.
I do like that Beam Me Up Scotty got translated into the watch and sent.
Oh, did it?
Because
Did
we
you
were
push
standing
the
close
button?
in the, yeah.
From your point of view, the blue ring that you're standing in goes up in beam of light, so it kind of looks like to you that you're standing now in a cylinder of blue light. And you feel that same kind of sick kind of figure feeling that you had when you were shot into the timeline of Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the light kind of disappears, you guys are again in the brightness of the lab of Copernicus Strat back at Cafe Nowhere
Simple as that.
on the ground.
Hondo throws up.
Sick.
All right, so we're switching back to Savage Worlds character sheets, I guess. The rules are completely different now, so we might have to check on some stuff. Please bear with us.
Yeah. Immediately, Bubda punches Isaac.
What?
Because Isaac no longer is a halfling, and Bubda can't figure it out. What you doing, friend Isaac?
Oh, what
And he
the hell?
punches you.
Listen, will you hold him? I say to Kieran, I can't deal with this right now, and I go directly over to Copernicus.
Kieran like plucks him out of off the ground and like puts him on her shoulder like he's a big baby.
Yeah.
We all look
Everybody's-
different,
yeah.
probably too.
Because
than you.
I've seen you.
Everybody's back to normal, but
For
now
like a
I'm
day.
now I'm 2 feet taller.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything new that you obtained in the D&D universe is still with you.
Wait, so what happened to me and my clothes?
Wait, yeah, do we come back with the outfits?
No,
They
they go
stay
back
the
to the
same
clothes
size.
that you were wearing when you left. Cafe.
Okay.
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 Yeah, because the majority of our time we know Isaac has been a halfling.
Yeah. Which is weird.
Yeah.
And you were once again a human, Kieran, no longer an Asimar, a fallen Asimar. Copernicus is like, okay, everybody okay?
Yeah, what the hell? What was that?
What was what?
Who were those people?
You know our supervillains.
The guy that shot me in the back with a dart.
They came through the infinity trigger.
Clearly, the Infinity Trigger. The machine that you invented by yourself.
Okay, I think I understand what is going on. What you say is something else come and attack you.
Yes, from here.
A baby.
No, you get attacked by baby?
It was a scary baby.
It was a big baby with
Oh,
a cat.
the big scary baby.
And a really tall guy.
It had a cat.
And
Yeah.
me-
There was one with 4 arms
It's true that I am brilliant.
and meat hooks.
And it's true that I came up with Infinity Trigger. I invented. Okay, in multiverse of infinite possibilities, not only are all things possible, all things must be. So I am open to idea that maybe someone else in the multiverse has also invented Infinity Trigger.
How do we know that?
I don't know for sure. This is my best educated guess. I didn't know you were attacked by anything.
Are you saying there's an evil Copernicus Strat out there somewhere,
Ah.
twirling his mustache and sending shadowy figures after us?
Your guess is as good as mine.
He probably has a goatee.
What motivation would someone else have to attack you?
You tell me. They came through your infinity trigger.
And they went right after Bubda.
And we were there for you, so...
What? Okay, one moment.
They obviously knew we were there.
What the hell is Bubda?
Oh, right.
This
Right.
is a Bubda.
I hold him out.
He's this gooey guy.
Okay, this is what you bring me.
He's a lot more annoying than he looks.
Oh no, he looked very annoying.
We know.
Yeah, more than that.
Okay, I researched it. You have to tell me everything that happened.
Do we edit anything?
Except we don't tell him about the soothsayer.
But go ahead, Isaac. Tell him everything.
Once upon a time.
Isaac tells it all because I don't have the
There
patience.
is food and cafe. You probably hungry now.
I need a drink.
I join
Me
you.
too.
We have drink. You tell me what happened. I am accepting apologies for yelling at me.
Oh, are you? I'm not convinced that you weren't the one that sent those things after us.
Why would I do that? I could kill you here.
I'm sorry. We're still on an errand for you. We're doing you a favor.
Okay, I am sorry. He's not without dangers. What you are doing is a nobler cause.
Right. So no apologies here.
Agreed. And then I leave, walk out of the room.
And I walk up to the bar.
And then
walk
I
out of the
whisper
room,
as
so-
I'm leaving, God, it feels good to be tall again.
Bubda is peeing in a potted plant.
Oh.
He doesn't know where.
Bubda.
He's like, that's where you go.
We're back in the lobby
I
then.
told you.
The lobby or the cafe?
Well, it's just.
Well,
I
the
mean, I'm sure there's
cafe-
potted
the
plants in
cafe
both.
both.
proper,
Okay.
Yeah.
not the lab.
Okay. Is Angie there?
Angie's there.
Yes. I ask Angie for a whiskey. A bottle of whiskey.
I go up and
Oh.
ask for a raise hard sarsaparilla.
I ain't got no race hard sarsaparilla. I never heard of such a thing, but I do got whiskey. Just the way you like it. What seems like was not there before, she goes to a kind of a liquor cabinet and pulls out a whiskey. And it's the brand of whiskey that you are used to drinking back in your home realm.
My special kind, Cyril's Nectar
All right.
whiskey. That's what it's called.
Cyril's nectar.
Cyril's nectar. Cyril's nectar.
I
A
like it.
whiskey.
Cyril's Nectar.
A whiskey tail.
Whiskey.
And there's a little tail in it.
All right.
Gross.
Yum.
Cyril's
All right, so
Nectar.
she pours you a whiskey.
And I down it.
And
And I put it in my
she-
cup back and ask
fine.
for another. Please.
She's like, "Oh, you better slow down, honey." And she pours you another one. Yeah, but Copernicus is like, "Okay, let me get this straight. What you say is you fight creatures, and they are in black and scary, and you break the mask and they disappear."
Yeah.
Right.
He immediately like pulls out a pad and starts scribbling down all sorts of like math things, going really fast, and he's kind of mumbling to himself as he goes along.
It looks like the masks were some sort of electronic device.
That is not surprising me.
Why?
He's something I had to toy with originally.
You wanted to make monsters?
No, he's not the monster. The mask. I shoot you into other timeline, yes?
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, you do not belong to that timeline. Before, I would have to give you some sort of displacement device on you to keep you in that other timeline. But I fixed this. I correct this issue.
What?
Whoever is other person who put them in the timeline with you is not as brilliant as me.
Did it have to be a creepy mask?
No, that seems like something they enjoy. For me, would be Tiger Stripe.
So where did they come from? Who is it?
There is nobody who should know what we're doing or why you're there.
Are they going to try and stop us? Are they trying to rip the multiverse apart?
This is my best guess. Perhaps not. They did not stop you before you repaired the multiverse.
Right.
So why did they try to stop you afterward?
Hondo downs his next drink
All right.
and he says, "Have you always been here alone?"
I have always been here in Cafe Nowhere alone. Then before the experiment that I was conducting, I had just a moment. So he goes back to his lab and he comes back with a black and white photo. And he's like, "These appear here in Cafe Nowhere my second week." And he shows you kind of the photograph. I am head scientist. This is me. Right here, that is my son, who is my intern.
How many people are
Is
there?
that his name?
was
Wheeze?
awesome.
He's my intern.
He's my intern.
No, his name is Denton.
Oh,
How many
Denton.
people are in this photo?
There are 5.
Is there anything identifiable in the background at all?
Just equipment. Looks like it was taken in his lab back home.
who are
okay.
the other people?
Like I said, this is me. This is my son. This is Professor Fionita Merriweather. She was my partner.
Like what
Partner
kind
in
of
crime?
Yes, and this right here is my research analyst, Grandifrit Smalls.
You laughed. Was he a funny guy?
No, I'm laughing because I can't pronounce his damn name.
Yeah, but I gave you chances.
Grandifrit Smalls,
He was what? He was what again?
research analyst. And this is research analyst and test pilot Duckins Vernon.
I was just gonna ask if the woman is curvaceous.
She is for a scientist, definitely. Yeah, she's
What
got
does
short.
that
She's got
mean?
really
Yeah.
short, cropped blonde hair. Like
How do you know it's blonde?
it looks fair in the picture. Asshole! Didn't you walk? Didn't you storm away? Is your character
I
even
stormed
there right
away
now?
from the lab to inside
To
the
the-
cafe.
to
Oh,
the
okay.
cafe.
Yeah.
Kieran's just like standing next to you, but she's like kind of flexing a little bit and like moving around because she's in her spandex again.
Ah, yeah, that's
and
right.
she just
Oh,
kind of
she's
like mumbles, just like,
adjusting.
man, it's like I'm wearing nothing at all.
And Bubda has also noticed this fact.
Oh, Magda's a creep.
When the event happened, I was brought here. I can only suspect that and hope that they get away from the explosion.
Could it be one of them using the other infinity trigger?
This is possibility. They were all around my research.
Why? Was one of them evil?
No, they're not evil.
Okay, but they did try to kill us.
Yeah, definitely. Try to
Now,
Yeah.
we are not no longer speaking in fact. This is all assumption on your part.
Hondo almost died.
Yeah,
Bubda was
Bubda
pretty close.
basically-
Someone tried to kill you who seemed to have infinity trigger, but there is no proof he's my friends.
All right. Did you make sure that they were all dead after the explosion?
Did you make sure?
Was that something you checked on?
Yeah. I cannot do this.
Right. So we're not 100% positive it isn't them, but they were with you when you were doing this experiment and this project.
Yes.
So they're probably the most likely that we know of that might have the knowledge to create this.
But there are at least a billion other timelines or parallel dimensions where people were doing the exact same thing.
That would come at the exact perfect time,
To track something
To
that
track-
you were doing.
We have no proof.
and I ask Angie for another drink.
All
Or I just tap the what's it called? Glass.
All right, she just gives you a you kind of a look, and then pours more into it. Perhaps you all need to take some time to nap before I say something I be regretting. I promise you, I will try to find out what happened, but for now, get away from me.
Wait, before we go, we have Bubda here.
Okay, he will serve the purpose. Come with me, little one,
Can we come with?
if you wish.
Yeah, I want to come. I trust you. I just want to know how it works.
He's going to be ongoing process, but you can see for now. Come this way.
I bring my whiskey.
I put my hand on Thane's shoulder as they're walking away, and I say, actually, I could use your help with something.
What did you have in mind?
I want to go into the hotel.
Wait, are you taking me
Taking
to
you
your
to
hotel
bedroom.
room?
Woo!
So I say to Thane as we're walking quietly, when we were here, do you remember coming into the hotel and them saying that we already had reservations? They knew exactly who we were.
Yeah.
If anybody else besides Copernicus has ever been here before, maybe there's some kind of record about it in the hotel. And maybe we can get our hands on it.
I like the way you think. I love a good heist. And I rub my hands together excitedly.
In Copernicus's lab, as Hondo, as you're watching, he just pretty much is having Bubda, like he has Bubda stand on this thing and it scans him and he takes some of Bubda's blood and
I
tests
drag
on
a
Bubda.
chair from the corner up against the wall so I could just kind of sit down and watch and just nurse my whiskey.
Okay. But everything that Bubda sees, like, what that? What does this do?
He puts things in
Copernicus
his mouth.
Please do not be touching anything! He's just a little frustrated working with Bubda because Bubda's a handful.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are trying to get a look at the guest registry of the hotel, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we walk into the hotel and we approach Andre, right?
The minute you guys walk into the hotel, he comes up to you as if he were waiting on a queue to welcome his most honored guests into the hotel.
Okay.
So he says, sirs, how was your day?
I've had better.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
it's
sorry
the
to hear
longest
that.
day of my life.
Well, would you like to go up to your room and maybe perhaps rest?
No. Actually, Andre, I was wondering if I could talk to you about something. It's about my accommodations, but I would feel much better if we could speak privately. Did you have an office?
I do have an office.
Your office might be better for this discussion. That would be a persuasion, I'm guessing.
Is this, I don't know, is there a lying skill? What is...
Well, I'm persuading him to go into the office. It's not exactly a lie.
So the way this works is the non-player character starts at one of these: hostile, uncooperative, neutral, friendly, or helpful.
Okay.
All you're trying to do is change that one or two steps in either direction. So he starts out at helpful
Uh-huh.
because of the nature of him. So there's really no reason for you to roll unless you're trying to change him to...
No, not really.
Yeah.
So does that mean he agrees to leave?
I guess he agrees to step
Sweet.
into the office with you. He has no reason to believe that you're pulling a deception.
Yeah.
Okay, so he steps into the office with you. There are other employees around at the desk.
Meanwhile,
At the desk?
There's at least one other employee at the desk because
Okay.
he was not at the desk.
Good luck.
All right, I'm gonna try and do I do an investigation check first to see, is it a book? Can I tell how they keep their
Yeah.
records?
Roll a notice, which is your smarts if you don't have it.
Just a straight up smarts.
If you don't have any ranks or anything in notice.
Oh. But it's golf, so
You rolled a 1?
one single.
Okay.
But there's no critical fails in this game, so...
Good.
In a world that you come from, you are used to everything being done electronically. So you were expecting to see computers or holographic screens, something like that.
Makes sense.
You kind of get up to the desk and you look over the edge and there's some ledger-looking books. You're guessing that's probably how they're keeping reservations, is in these kind of books. The person at the desk doesn't seem to mind at all that you're standing there, I guess. He assumes that you're just waiting for your friend to come out of the office with Andre. A phone rings at the front desk and the guy at the desk answers it.
What?
Where's
yeah.
the phone?
It's just on the desk.
So right.
The other end of the desk from the ledger.
Just say it's for me.
Oh, just take a message.
No, he's distracted. That's perfect timing.
Okay, go.
Yeah, so once he is distracted by the phone, I flip the book around and start leafing
Who's
through it.
calling this place?
I know, right?
Roll your stealth to make sure you're not doing anything that's drawing attention to you. So you do get a +2 to your roll, because I'm going to say that you're moving at a crawling pace.
Okay, 9.
Very, very gingerly.
Oh,
So what'd
yeah.
you get?
That's a 9 total.
I can't even roll high enough to notice you.
Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah, because you're just basically competing with.
With that
his notice.
character, right?
With
and
his
he's
notice.
distracted and okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So he is totally engrossed in the phone call
course.
that he's having. All right, so you get the book. Roll an investigation.
Come on, Waddy.
All right.
Come on, Thane.
I actually have that.
Yes. Oh, that's pretty good.
8. Plus I'm moving in a crawl, so that's a 10.
You rolled pretty good. So what you're noticing is, I guess you start at the beginning of the reservation book. Has a page marked, and that looks like it's got dates or whatever, but the dates don't really seem to make sense to you. They're not really in some kind of order. It's almost like it makes sense to them. You don't know how, but there is like a guest registry. When you start at the beginning of the book, it starts with the A's, and it has people named alphabetically.
Ooh.
And as you're going on, like you're turning page after page after page, or like in the A's.
There's tons of names.
And there's not even all in English. There's some that are in characters that you've never even seen. Some look alien, some look ancient, and you just keep going and going and going, and there's A's. And then you like skip ahead and it looks like there's still A's. And then you think you're getting close to the end of the book, but then it's almost like you're turning pages and you're not getting any closer to the end of the book and you're still in the A's.
Is there a date by a name? Like as I'm going through the alphabet, are there dates?
No, it just seems like
I find
registry.
myself then. I look for myself.
So you do manage to alphabetically get, you
To the
just keep
Ds?
turning and turning and turning and turning, and finally it turns to B's, and it goes on forever. So you just like try to cut into the book somewhere.
So
They
glad
do
this
have
phone
those,
call's
actually
so
they do
long.
have those little tabs. You know the tabs I'm talking about?
Like the
Like
letter
in the
ones
older
in old
books,
color
like,
ones.
yeah, and it's
Oh, cute.
alphabetical. So you get to the D's, and you do finally see Thane, and there's like a bunch of Thane Dietrichs. You can't really tell which one's yours. There's numbers after each of the names. They're like in a weird order. There's weird numbers. There's decimal points. You kind of can't tell what's going on there.
I write down my number, which I
Okay.
assume is some sort of date or reservation or something, and then I go search for Copernicus.
You're able to finally find him. It takes a really long time because there's so many.
Strats.
Well, there's so many S
It's
names.
like a stratosphere.
Yeah, it's like pages and pages of just strat, like an entire 2 pages full of Copernicus strats. But as you're looking it up, the man's like, "Yes, thank you for calling," and then he hangs up and he looks over, and there's you with the book open. He's like, "Sir, I apologize, but the security of our guests is paramount. I'm afraid you can't be looking through our reservation book."
I say, I'm sorry. I thought this was here for my casual reading while I was waiting for my friend.
He asks if there's anything else that you want.
Nope. I'll just wait here
Okay.
till Isaac is through with Andre. the
I should make
regular-sized
you
man.
role play some weird, awkward conversation with Andre.
Do
but
I'm ready.
Do
I'm
it.
ready. Okay. So we sit down in the office and I say, "Oh man, I love your accommodations. They're super great. But I feel a little uncomfortable with the ship room that you've given me because it honestly it reminds me of my family, and I'm just getting to the point where I'm realizing that I may never see them again. So if I could just have a change of scenery, I would really appreciate it."
I apologize, sir. I know that we here at the hotel strive to make our guests comfortable, and usually that means reminding them of their homes. But I can see your point where that might be a little bit insensitive, and for that we apologize. I would absolutely make sure you have different accommodations ready.
You know what? My buddy Copernicus was just telling me how amazing his accommodations were, and I would love to try his world on for size. Give me something new, something adventurous, something that doesn't quite remind me of home. And his sounds far enough out to be exactly what I'm looking for.
Oh, I believe we can accommodate that. The rooms on that floor are very similar. I can give you the adjacent room.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Alex just gasped.
Yeah. I'm sorry to pull you away from your work, but I appreciate you taking the time.
The comfort of our guests are our foremost duty here, and we take it very seriously. So anything I can do to make your stay more comfortable, sir.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I get up and I shake his hand and then we leave.
Copernicus comes out of his laboratory with Bubda and Hondo. having completed his research.
And the whiskey.
he's like, he's late. It's time for bed.
Yes, it is.
Well,
I'm exhausted.
he's been
I know
day.
I'm a little tipsy now,
Yeah.
and I'm also hurt. I have some darts in my back, so I'm rest needed.
Okay.
I'm rest needed. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to bed. Hondo walks up the stairs, but he puts his whiskey glass just on the stairs
Okay.
as he walks up.
I'm right behind him.
Well, I'm going to catch you before you go up the stairs and say, did you find anything?
What are you guys whispering about?
Girl stuff.
All right.
Did you say girl stuff?
Yeah.
Then I say, "There's nothing. It's thousands, hundreds of thousands of names. I can't even. I found myself, but there's a number I can't decipher what it is. There's no idea of a date
Have you seen anybody else here besides us?
other than the staff. No.
The hell's going on?
Okay, you guys see over at the front desk, they're like, Mr. Bubda, welcome back. And
What the hell?
We have your key for you. So they, but... And so Bubda takes the key and kind of sniffs it. It's like, what I do with this pretty lady?
Karen's still asleep in the cafe. She's
Oh,
just
she-
like,
oh, that's
She's already
right.
passed out.
Angie's put a little like blanket over your
Aw.
Bubda gets his own
shoulders. Oh, pretty
room?
lady's not there. That's
He
right.
goes back to the cafe to like.
He pulls on her dress or on her leg a little bit and like pushes. He pokes at you. Like, pretty lady.
She is asleep.
Oh, is she?
Oh,
Okay.
shame.
So he just wanders around a little. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I head to the elevator and go up then. No, wait, where's my new room?
It's on the 11th floor. So you get in, and Orville, the operator of he's like, welcome back to the hotel.
Thanks, Orville.
As the door starts to close, you hear, holding the door, please. And Copernicus enters. Thank you for holding. These things take forever to come back down. And Orville's like, well, if you get here when you're supposed to. They're like going up, and he like hits the button, and there's a little bell, and then the elevator starts moving up. What floor are you on?
11.
Were you always on the 11?
No. I don't know how you can do it. I don't know that I like being reminded of home every time I go to bed. Remembering what I can't have and what I can't be around anymore, that's not something I'm interested in.
Well, for me, it's comforting. It reminds me what I'm fighting for. But once we complete the fixing of the multiverse, and if what I have planned works, we can all go home.
Isn't that a pleasant fiction?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. How long have you been at this, trying to get home?
I'm losing track of time. He's been... Actually, I have not noticed aging. I by rights, I should be aging. I would say at least decades.
You still believe, huh?
The elevator stops, and you both step off. And he's like, where is your room?
Right there. Because I assume that I have a key.
Yeah, the
number
key
on
has
it.
the key number on it.
Yeah.
Copernicus looks at his room and looks at your door. You have a room right next to me?
I look down the hallway both ways and see the endless doors.
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess so. Hope you don't snore.
Oh, I don't think you will ever hear me. Perhaps one day we have more deep discussion about pocket dimension.
Yeah. Thanks for getting us back in one piece.
That reminds me, you should probably count fingers and toes tonight. Just in case. When you enter your room, it looks like almost an extension of Copernicus's lab. There's just like equipment, there's place for taking notes. There's like things pinned to the wall. The bed is functional. There's nothing outlandish about it. It's comfortable.
Okay. Let's get to work.
A few days later, you got kind of used to a routine of just eating in the cafe, talking to each other, kind of getting to know each other better. And then Copernicus announces to everyone that he's ready for the next mission.
Did he ever tell us where the pod was from?
Did you ask him?
No.
I assume that if it's been days, I probably would have at some point.
It kind of shows you a chart that he's got.
He's
that
got a
makes
chart?
No damn sense to you.
Okay.
Or to anybody else. He's a little bit more advanced on a chalkboard. So he's got like
Digital display.
yeah, it's like a giant digital slate.
Okay.
But in his mind, there's like some scratch marks all together in one clustered area of a spaghetti bowl of a chart. And he's like, he's from this universe or one of these 12 adjacent parallel universes.
What?
I mean, this is probably for next time, but I just wanted, like, I'm interested in this, and I
Mhm.
will probably pursue some sort of mentorship by Copernicus.
Oh, I see. Okay. Considering that the multiverse is infinite, which he's also explained to you, like it can't really be truly mapped.
Mm-hmm.
But from what he has mapped, It almost looks to you like some sort of weird tree.
Would you say that the "You Are Here" sticker is near the root of said tree?
If you were to ask Copernicus, he would show you near the root.
Okay.
But then he would also scroll over and show you other trees.
Isaac says, huh.
He's like, I finished calculations. I can send you there now.
Where's Bubda?
It is very good question. He's
All right.
asleep in the air duct. We give him room. He never went to the room.
All because I didn't show him
Because
how to
you were
get
asleep.
into it.
So he just wandered around. Like sometimes he'll be sleeping in the lobby.
I'm a bad owner.
They're pretty sure he spent at least a couple nights in the disco. Like,
You know he rocked
Oh,
the
he
disco.
loved the disco.
but he enjoys like the small spaces to crawl.
As long
in.
as he's happy.
Yeah. So he's actually happy in the air duct with a blanket.
His
and a
room is
pillow.
actually just an air duct.
Open
You
the
did
door,
find
it's
the
just
room.
all
It's just
wall
like-
except for the very
It's
bottom.
just one little air duct.
Yeah, Copernicus looks at you guys expectantly and kind of like nudges his head towards the infinity trigger.
Got a kink in your neck?
Can you get that out?
Please
I
to
can
be
massage
standing
it.
on the infinity pad thing. I don't have a name for pad. Get in the trigger.
Kieran's already standing on top of it, looking expectantly at
Right,
people,
like-
hands on her hips in a kind of super heroic looking
So
pose. and
last
just like,
time-
Right?
Last time I had my gun here, and then I had to reach into a starry hole.
If there is something you have that is not found in the new universe you're going to, you will have to pull it out of Infinitrunk.
I'm up there with Kieran, hands on my hips, exactly the same way.
All right.
she looks over at you and she kind of like nods.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
she nods approvingly. All right.
Do I just take the TST again, or
The what?
the? Oh, sorry, we came up with the tiger striped
Oh,
thingy.
we didn't tell you what we wanted to call it.
Just-
Sorry.
Yeah.
Tiger stripe thingy.
That's its scientific name.
I like it. Okay, you want to wear it again, or should I give it to someone else this time?
Well, you guys are already on the pad. I look at Hondo for a second.
And I was like, nah, keep it.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Do you want another ring?
Oh shit! Yeah. I lost my ring. Copernicus, we made some really good friends, and I just thought if we ever needed to come back, we would have an open line of communication.
Anything from Cafe Nowhere could exist in other universe without causing disruption.
You got there.
But please not to be leaving any of your personal items in other realm.
None of my personal items. Got it.
So we got the rings from Cafe Nowhere.
Yeah, I
Was
didn't
that
technically
fine?
do anything wrong.
No, the ring is fine. Please not
No
to be
personal
leaving
items.
other things.
Yeah.
Random, but what if we get someone pregnant?
Wow.
Yep.
Is that leaving something?
I don't even know what to say to
All
them.
right. I'm gonna go
Please
on the
not
thing.
to be getting anybody pregnant.
Yeah, Isaac can't stop laughing as he takes the bracelet.
So he kicks around in a few boxes, opens a few drawers and shuts them again with stuff rattling everywhere. Where to find other ring? And he's like looking through it. He finds, I find one. Can you be telling me if you are planning on leaving more rings in other realms?
No, for sure. I don't plan anything. I push the button on the wrist bracelet when it's on my wrist, and I say, "Testing."
On his watch, like a light blinks, and then he looks over at a monitor that he has, and like the words appear.
Cool.
Is his snap bracelet like even fancier?
Oh yeah, his bracelet is more technical. You think it probably does a lot more than just let him know when.
But is it tiger striped?
Oh yeah, in fact, like his shoes are tiger striped
What?
as well.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that. That's
Okay, I like
fantastic.
that.
he likes tiger striped. Do you guys get into the trigger?
I kind of smirk a little bit because I was happy about my baby comment, and then I walk up.
Casanova Hondo.
Yeah.
Were you planning on getting
Copernicus is
people
just shaking
pregnant?
his head disapprovingly at Hondo.
You said you can't leave anything,
Yeah.
so
He starts pushing buttons and flipping switches, and the infinity trigger starts powering up, like the pylons light up, and the hoop above you, kind of the screen assembles, the holographic screen assembles as with the power. Just as before, like this holographic image rises up out of the hoop and starts swiping through different terrains, different pictures,
cool.
different times, things that you guys recognize some of and absolutely do not recognize some of. And as it's going through and he's entering all these calculations, the force is building up again and you guys are kind of feeling it.
I turned to Thane and I was like, it's going to be desert. It's going to be desert, I swear.
Place your bets.
Here we go. All right.
And what it ends up on looks like it's a city street. The buildings are all brick. There's some
Damn it.
people walking.
I just
There's
hold
some-
my hand out expectantly.
As it settles on this image, of course, the hologram starts becoming a little bit more solid, definitely looking like it's actually there, like a real piece of this other realm. And then, just like before, when it's finished forming, Copernicus slaps his hand down on a red button and the trigger just drops down over the top of you, like you're going to be crushed by the piece of street.
And clench a little bit.
And when you look up, you're actually standing on the street of the city. There's honking, there's people talking, there's just normal city sounds.
What time of day is it?
Midday, but it's overcast. And you guys are all wearing now clothing of the Roaring 20s.
Yes.
And in the distance, you hear the call of Cthulhu.
Thank you for listening to episode 10 of Tales of Nowhere. We are so excited to be venturing outside of our comfort zone. A lot of us had come from a D&D background, and Call of Cthulhu is something none of us have ever played before. But the setting and the atmosphere and the mechanics of the game are things we're all looking forward to. And because we're moving into a new RPG, that means there's going to be another coffee break episode. I'll be putting it up on Saturday. This is an optional episode where we're just going to talk about what we thought of D&D, give it a review, and then talk about Call of Cthulhu, how our characters are going to change to fit that world, a little bit of background on the setting, and how the game works. It's going to be a lot of fun. So look forward to that on Saturday. I don't want to disrupt our regular podcast schedule with the review episodes. I want to keep the story going at a good pace. So on Wednesday, episode 11 will be airing as usual. So you'll get double the amount of us, which hopefully is a good thing. Speaking of a lot of us, we'll be at the Salt Lake Comic Con this Thursday through Saturday. If you're going to be at the event or in the area, stop by, say hello. We'd love to hang out for a bit. We're going to be giving away some free stuff. Look for more information on our social media pages when that gets started. If you've got any feedback for us, feel free to get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Our email is mail, M-A-I-L, @talesofnowhere.com. You can also find us on Twitter through the handle @NowherePodcast. And if you have a couple extra minutes, it'd be awesome if you could leave us an iTunes review, a rating, or review. Really helps us out. And we really appreciate it. The intro and closing theme songs were done by composer Sean Jackson, and the rest of the music was done by the incredibly talented and hardworking John Good. You can find more of his music on SoundCloud under the name Burn7. He's also managing our YouTube page, just another place where you can listen to us. We'll have that link on our website soon, if not now. I think that's probably everything. Although, if you have an idea of what the whole cafe thing is about, feel free to contact me and tell me what's up, because that place is bananas. Until next time,